this isn't about attacking the church. It's about rebuilding it with Jesus at the center. Don't gather as one large Sunday assembly anymore. I won't accept that kind of worship anymore. I won't accept worship without heart. I'm serious. Today's church is like the Tower of Babel. In the beginning, I made the Garden of Eden, and in it, I placed the tree of life and the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. The fruit of that second tree, how desirable it looked. It was pleasing to the eye and desirable for gaining wisdom. Humanity longed for that wisdom and ate. With that, sin entered. Those who left Eden began building their own wisdom apart from me. And from then on, they could no longer follow my commands. Do you know what pride is, daughter? Pride is thinking, I can live without God. I'm doing it just fine without Him. The Tower of Babel was the natural result of mankind building on that same wisdom. They couldn't obey me because they thought they didn't need me. They believed they were wise enough on their own. So I confused their language, and the tower was never completed. They were scattered. Today's church is built just like that tower. A people gather only with those who speak and think like them. And from that instinct, they've built a structure. Like a tree, there's the adult group, the senior group, the young adult group, the old young adult group, the college ministry, high school group, junior high, youth with disabilities, children with disabilities, elementary Sunday school, lower grades, kindergartners, toddlers, deacons, elders, the list goes on. Each branch of the church has become its own tribe, its own little kingdom. And the leaders oversee these kingdoms in a hierarchy, and they work to make this structure even stronger. Over time, these ranks grow more rigid, and the hearts of those within grow hardened. Pride makes this hardening even worse. Eventually, they become unable to hear my voice. I am no longer the head. They are more concerned with maintaining and growing the tree, this structure of church. This tree, this entire church, has become a great kingdom of man, and over time it grows more and more prideful. It becomes a fortress of thoughts raised up against God, a stronghold. This happens in both small and large churches. The rigidity of leadership over time, it's the inevitable fruit of this structure. That's why I want to dismantle it. I want to remake the church. I want to rebuild its structure.
Lord, what is worship?
It's the heart. The most important part of worship is the heart. Worship doesn't begin with a set time or program. It begins when hearts begin to long for me. When people call on me and desire me, worship begins. Worship is from the heart. It's not about buildings. It's not about following a printed order of service. Without heart, it's not true worship. It's just ritual. Worship is love. It's when people love me. That's what worship is.
Just loving God.
Not just loving God. Love itself is worship.
Living out the command to love God and love others.
That love, that act of love, is worship. Sunday worship, as people know it, wasn't something I established. It was simply a decision made by the early church to gather regularly. It's not a divine requirement.
What about the Sabbath?
Do you know what the Sabbath is, daughter? It's rest. It means to stop your work. Did the Jews gather in synagogues on the Sabbath? No, they just rested at home. So is it a sin to not attend church on Sundays? No, it's not. Sunday services were established for convenience. Not as a law, not by my command. Did Jesus ever command Sunday worship? No. He went to the synagogue, but whenever he wanted, regardless of the day.
Then is reading scripture and praying considered worship?
Scripture and prayer are for the believer's sake, not mine. These are tools to grow your faith. They are not worship for me. So if someone doesn't read or pray, it's not a sin in itself. Skipping worship, neglecting the word or prayer, whether personal or public, that's not the sin. The sin is not loving me. The sin is not loving others. Lack of love, that is sin.
Lord, do you want us to keep gathering on Sundays? Not as a law, but maybe as a good tradition?
No, I want to shut the doors. I will scatter them. Don't gather as one large Sunday assembly anymore. I won't accept that kind of worship anymore. I won't accept worship without heart. I'm serious. I will put an end to Sunday worship. Tell them to rest and enjoy the day at home. There's no need to come to a sanctuary. I will remove the pulpits. Do you know how much they have dishonored me from that place? They've spoken words I never said. They've twisted scripture. They've made themselves kings over the church. They've said what they wanted in my name. They've mocked me. So I will tear it all down, and I will walk away from them, but not all of them. Worship leaders are no different. They serve themselves. They care more about performing well than about worshiping me. Do you really think that's for me? It's for them. For their reputation, careers, and pride? Not for me. I'm tired of worship without heart. How long must I endure this mockery? How long must I wait? I will no longer wait. You've seen it too. How they stamp their attendance and leave. Daughter, they have mocked me. You asked what worship is. Worship without love is not worship. Listening to a sermon is not worship. Singing a few songs and praying a little, that's not worship. Worship is love. If things keep going this way, Satan will devour my churches, so I will scatter them before that happens. That's how I will save them. That's how I will protect my church.
Then what about all these church buildings?
What about them? They were built on mountains of debt anyway. Tell them to sell them. I don't need buildings. Even without buildings, my people worshiped me just fine. Don't worry. Do I need money? I'm God. What could I possibly gain from human currency? Everything already belongs to me. I don't need your offerings. I mean it. I don't accept money from my children. I'm a father. And fathers give to their children, not the other way around. Offerings are demanded by pastors, not by me.
I share this with a heavy heart. These are not my own thoughts. They are the words the Lord has spoken to me. Do I eat the flesh of bulls or drink the blood of goats? But let justice roll on like a river, righteousness like a never-failing stream. Was it really for me that you fasted and mourned in the 5th and 7th months for 70 years? And when you were eating and drinking, were you not just feasting for yourselves? So consider only the Lord's heart. Think only on the heart of the Lord.